Welcome back to New Cammack. In the last session, our gang visited Camp Moonlight, a secluded commune in the woods run by a group of ex-cultist hippies, most of which were in poor health, in search of Feather McKenna, the ghoul of a gangrel named River Erickson, who had gone missing. The gang survived a harrowing welcome ritual that sent Darby into a murderous rage, and through sheer force of willpower, he walked outside into the woods before he disemboweled anyone. But soon after he left, some small animal wandered into the cabin. So when we were in that cabin, the door suddenly opened, and something about the size of a large cat scurried into it and behind a couch. Augustin, Excavo, and Archibald, Jade DeWitt, Feather McKenna, and off in the back of the cabin, Ziggy and Karma are the people who are present.
Feather, do you all have a cat or something?
Feather says, "No, we don't have a cat. I mean, there's stray cats coming in and out. What the heck was that thing?" And she starts looking around, and there's definitely something cat-sized behind the couch, but she's like, "No, I don't know what that thing is, man. Can you help me get it out of there?" Ziggy and Karma are still like off in the kitchen area of the cabin, and they don't seem to have noticed what's going on.
Well, Augustin, you are the naturalist. Would you like to approach the possibly feral wild animal, maybe check on that situation?
Are you trying to insinuate that plants are the same as living animals?
No, it's just that I have I quite like this suit jacket, and I wouldn't want it to get scratched up. It's just you're such a swell guy and all.
Just the best gentleman.
He seems hesitant, so I start to unfold my jacket, and I grab a hanger that I have for some reason. I'm slowly like folding it and trying to find a place to put it up very slowly.
You said it.
No, don't they hate loud sounds? Let's
put it on the coat rack. Okay, if you don't want to do it alone, I can help now.
You said it scraped behind a couch?
Yes.
I'm just going to go ahead and give the couch a good old love tap with the back of my heel and see if I can knock it against the wall and startle it.
You push the couch against the wall, and you hear the sound of something being mildly hurt and squealing.
Peers under the couch. Bends over and just kind of gives a good...
Is there some sort of a spring-like object in the room?
Augustin...
My lei! There's a lei somewhere, right?
Oh yeah, you're wearing a lei.
First, Augustin, you see a little clawed paws kind of struggling to get free. You've pinned something against the wall behind the couch. Excavo, there is a string that you do have access to that's around your neck. That is what the garland, what the lei is made of.
If I look behind the couch, what is pinned? Is is a tail sticking up?
We don't know what it is.
You don't see a tail. You don't see the animal. You can pull the couch out from the wall.
Yeah. So
I
pull the couch out just a little bit and just enough that I can see how it's pinned back there.
No,
I try to help by lifting up the couch in one fell swoop. I just lift it up.
Further.
So who does what?
I have big Brujah muscles, so he's trying to gently poke it in case the thing doesn't come out, and I'm like, oh, let me help, and I just super strength it up.
Okay. As you do, a bear cub, about the size of a cat, scurries out of the couch and is just running amok through the cabin, is confused, is just knocking stuff over, things that were involved in the welcome ritual that you all just survived. It's knocking over the little bowl of strange smelling oil. It's knocking over the incense that Ziggy and Karma had lit. It's running all around.
I don't know animals, but we need to get this thing the fuck out of the cavern because its mom is somewhere.
He's just unbearably cute, isn't he?
Yeah. Boo.
So we cannot give this thing a name.
This bear needs to go back outside.
Can we take him home like a animal familiar or something?
Someone might want to stop him
No.
before he destroys the whole cabin.
This isn't a wild animal.
It's running around, and now Ziggy and Karma notice that there's a bear cub running around the cabin.
Ziggy, you mind like helping out here? We're the thing's running amok. Let's get the heck out of here.
Ziggy says, "Oh, how strange! I'm not sure how that thing could have gotten in. The fence around the property usually keeps out all but the smallest animals."
I just start chasing the bear. I'm just like trying to spook it out of the house. Someone open a door.
And Karma says, "Oh my god, it's so cute. I don't know how it could have gotten in though. Hey, when you guys came in, did you remember to close the gate behind you?"
Stares accusingly at Archibald.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's like a month ago. I'm gonna have to listen back to a previous episode to figure out that little nugget.
No, you did not.
No, we did. My great memory has kicked in. My near photographic memory, but I think somebody actually has a photographic memory, and it's not me. But we totally did not do that.
Actually, that
Sorry.
would be Augustine, who has an eidetic memory, and his memory is not recalling anyone closing the gate to Camp Moonlight after you drove in.
Yeah.
So, just as Karma says that, you hear a strange sound in the distance. Does anyone care to guess what this sound might be?
I assume it is a roar of some kind.
I have already guessed this and just sussed out the room and looking for the nearest reasonable exit.
You hear a growling off in the distance, and you can see through the windows a large, dark shape moving through the campground. Outside, Darby is nearby, and he can see that there is a very aggravated, 7-foot-long, 400-pound black bear sniffing at the ground and slowly wandering through the camp toward the cabins.
Okay, let me ask you this. What is my current mental state?
You were just frenzied.
Am I still frenzying?
Darby is still frenzying.
Okay. So I see the bear. And what is interesting is that I am pretty sure that Darby's reaction to this stimuli would be exactly the same whether he was frenzying or not. And that would be to run at it as quickly as he could. Just yelling at the top of his lungs. I think like a battle cry, half intelligible, half English. Just you son of a god! I'm over here and you're a bear. Gosh, shit. And so he just really lunges at him. I think so. I'm going to attack I'm going to punch the bear. I think I'm gonna punch the bear.
Punch a bear.
So no stealth, no strategy. I think it might be hard to argue that in Darby's mental state, stealth or strategy would be possible. So Darby's going to punch a bear.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna punch a bear. What I believe is that as a daredevil, that running at and attempting to punch a bear, that I ought to get 3 additional dice for punching a bear. Because it's...
The daredevil merit, unfortunately, cannot be used in combat.
Okay.
if you were to try some non-combat thing, if your goal was not to harm the bear, but just to do something flashy
Could he
with
use
it,
that extra merit to increase like the potency of his war cry? Like as he's
If I was trying to scare the bear, like, yeah, maybe I could use that. But like, unfortunately for my min-max desires, what I'm doing is punching the bear. So I am gonna get whatever dice I get for bear punching, because that is Darby's frenzied intention, is to punch the bear. So I'm gonna do that.
throw me a
Is
Dex
it-
plus Brawl.
Can I use Strength plus Brawl?
The 2-hit roll is Dex plus Brawl. Strength determines how much damage you're going to do.
Okay.
And this bear is not expecting a guy to run up screaming.
Yeah, I'm quite
It
loud.
is not surprised exactly. It is more befuddled by the screaming thing running up by it. It's surprised not in the sense that you stealth your way up. It's surprised because it nothing in a bear's experience or ancestral memory prepares it for something to run screaming through the woods directly at it and punch it in the face.
I'm realizing it's not very masquerade-y, but again, I'm not really thinking. So what I'm going to tell you is Dex plus Brawl is 7, and I believe my celerity, which I'm not burning for because, again, I'm in a rage, gets me an extra point of Dex. Is that how that works?
Yes, that adds to your Dex pool. So that gives you extra dice to roll.
I am rolling 8d10 here.
The first roll of the night.
All right, I have succeeded once and botched once, so I failed to punch the bear. I think that's a sad outcome.
So in your absolute zeal to punch the shit out of your first
God damn
bear,
8 dice. That sucks. Yeah.
you run up and it's dark. You get a running start. It's hard to judge distance. You totally whiff it. You miss the bear. It happens. You're gonna get more opportunities. This bear is absolutely paying attention to you now and is now attacking you back. Everyone in the cabin is now fully aware of exactly what's happening.
Hey, dumb question. I still have that tomato from last session, right?
You pocketed a tomato, right?
I'm pretty fucking sure.
You did. You did. I watched the whole
I'm now-
episode earlier.
I'm now
today.
chasing the baby cub around, holding out a tomato, like trying to bait it to come to me.
You may use this turn to try to lure a bear to you.
It's a bear cub, right? It's not like a full-ass bear.
It is cat-sized. You were trying to get the bear to be your friend?
Yeah.
It's me, tomato.
I'm trying to, like, calmly gesture out a tomato while it's like, hey, you're hungry, dude?
Okay, Augustine. Roll...
Empathy?
Actually, it would be animal kin plus... I want to say charisma.
I'm gonna get that Kendall.
I think this particular bear cub would be more susceptible to charisma than manipulation. It would respond more to your personality than your words.
That's 2d10.
So
that's a yikes. That's a miss.
the bear cub is not as into tomatoes as you famously are, but
Maybe the bear cub likes salad.
You will have more opportunities to continue to try to lure the bear cub in as Darby continues wrestling with this bear.
Good deal.
Okay, so this bear is now... It's obvious to this bear that you are trying to fight it. And The bear is now acting aggressively toward you.
Sure.
It is now trying to tackle you.
Fucking bring it, bear. That's what I have to say. How about that? Actually, sorry. Fucking bring it, bear.
Okay, this bear is trying to use its body weight to knock you over and pin you down on the ground.
All right.
It is rolling its strength plus brawl.
Okay.
To make all of our combat go a little smoother, I've actually done a whole bunch of pre-rolls to make this go a lot faster. And his first tackle does hit with 5 successes, unfortunately.
So I can't contest?
You can do whatever defensive action you would like. And you have a few different options. You can dodge, and you can try to, because you have higher initiative than he has, you can try to preempt his tackle with your own attack that intercepts his attack. What are your intentions?
Yeah, I'm trying to punch a bear. I'm not sure if you are aware of my bear punching intentions, but my number one goal has to do with punching a bear.
So continue to try to punch?
Yeah, I am not trying to avoid his counter punches. I am recklessly going all in for offense. So I think if he is coming at me to try to push me over, my defense would be to just try to be stalwart, just stand my ground and push backward or resist his attack, or to attack him so significantly that he doesn't have any leverage to push me over.
Well, the way tackles work is you get a roll to avoid a knockdown, and if you succeed, you actually immediately get back up, even if the tackle roll succeeds. I'm going to say that you definitely are more nimble than the bear. I'm just going to say you have higher initiative, so if you want to punch, you definitely get that punch in first. I'm going to say, let's say if your punch knocks the bear out, you just don't get tackled because he doesn't.
All right.
So I want to punch the bear again.
Give me another one of those Dex plus Celerity plus Brawl rolls.
Yeah, 1 success. 2, because I do get a bonus success for brawling for a crit. So 2 successes, I believe, is how that shakes out.
2 successes. Okay, so your damage is going to be your strength. You're going to roll number of dice equal to your strength plus potence plus 1 for that extra success you got on your 2-hit roll.
So strength plus potence plus 1?
Yep. This bear's about to get
Ziggy, do you have is there bear repellent in this vicinity? Is there bear repellent around here?
Well, I don't rightly know what bear repellent would even be. I guess you just wave your hands around,
large can,
honk your car horn.
Has a picture of a bear with a line through it.
Hello, my name is Bear Repellent. Take 36 damage.
Say again, Darby.
I said my name is Bear Repellent. Takes 36, whatever. 3 successes.
Get ready.
That's
maybe
3.
the bear is.
That's 4 successes.
Is the cub still in the building?
And I believe it's still bashing damage, even though.
Yes.
It's just hella bashing damage.
So you hit this bear in the face real hard. Hard enough to just clock it. So hard that the tackle that it successfully does seems halfway to be it stumbling onto you in a daze, because you may have broken its jaw.
Okay.
Possibly. It's hard to tell, but you definitely did some damage. Enough damage that it seems wounded and taking wound penalties at this point. It falls onto you, and you take 1 level of bashing damage when it falls on you.
I have 2 levels of fortitude,
which
so I soak immediately.
You can roll to soak.
Yeah. I got 1, 2, 3. Wow, so many. Four successes and 1 botch, so 3 aggregate successes out of 5 dice.
Give me a dexterity plus athletics roll, difficulty 8, to avoid actually getting pinned underneath
Right.
it.
Okay, dexterity plus athletics.
Yes.
Can we not just try and let the cub out so it can see the cub and be good?
Yeah, I mean that'd be great. Athletics. I think I'm pretty athletic. Yeah, all right. So do I get any of my celerity potence to this?
You can add your celerity to this.
All right. Dice are out. That is 1, 2, 3 successes. I don't know if I get my crit for 2. It's at least 2 successes, maybe 3, depending on what I'm doing here.
You get up immediately. You do not get pinned underneath the bear, but you are at -2 initiative in your next turn.
All right.
We go back inside the cabin. Are you guys trying to do something with the bear cub?
I want to let the bear cub out so that it can distract the mother bear.
Okay. What do you...
Excavo, I think that's a very good point. Is there anything to be said to perhaps throwing the small bear at the large bear?
Not to throw, but
Archibald, you
Like an
read my
under-
mind.
Like an underhand softball toss sort of thing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, we're still on the same wavelength.
I would say gently place the bear outside.
Oh, yeah, gentle's good too. Can I also kind of like lean out the door or window and be like, "Hey, Darby, are you good, dude? Are you? You got everything handled?"
We need to be very loud so the bear can see that
Yeah,
the cub.
Darby's
is
response
unharmed.
is, "You motherfucking bear! I will fucking kill you!"
No,
Yeah, he seems okay. He seems okay. Let's take it. Let's
Mother
all
bear,
3
we
of us
have
take
your
care of the
cub!
small
And the bear
cub while he
replies,
takes care of the large one by himself.
we have to be loud so that she can see the cub is fine.
Okay, Augustine, do you want to grab the little one?
I just like make a dive and try and catch it.
give me a dexterity plus athletics roll at a difficulty
The door
of
is open,
8.
correct? The bear can leave.
Okay.
Does anyone have a delicious steak? A raw steak with them?
I make sure the door is open.
I got 1 success.
All right. The bear cub, this is a resisted roll. The bear cub also rolls its dexterity plus athletics.
Ooh.
Gets 5 successes.
Get wrecked.
You do not succeed in gaining control over the bear cub.
The tiny bear.
Yeah, I
Can
assume
I-
the bear cub is just rummaging around. Is there
Can I
any
try
sort
it?
of food we could bait it towards the door with? What about the tomato? Use the tomato on the cub.
Again?
Guide the cub out the door. We want
It's
to
an
let the cub
infinitely
out.
replicating tomato.
We don't
That'll
necessarily need to grab it. We need to get it out.
Will someone open the door? I'm too busy.
I just
diving
did.
Fucking bear cubs.
Back to
I don't-
Darby. With the
I got nothing to do with this little cub. I don't know anything about it. Don't let it near Darby.
Darby is down in his initiative, so the bear is taking the first attack. Bear is trying to claw at Darby, takes a swipe at him, and actually gets no successes. Takes a swipe at Darby, completely misses. Maybe even doing an impression of Darby's attempt to punch it earlier.
Okay. Wow.
All right.
Uncalled for.
Bear sex.
Darby definitely takes it that way and is incensed at the insult. Like, how dare you? Like, thinks this bear is talking shit now. So is extra revved up for when he gets another crack at him.
It is now Darby's move.
Well, guess what? I got a real surprising suggestion here. What I'm gonna do is punch the bear, but two-handed. I'm going like because we're both on the ground, right? Like the bear had tried to knock me over.
Now you could split your formidable dice pool and actually make it 2 attacks.
That's interesting.
Wow.
Now, if I burn celerity, I could use both all my dice both times, which seems unnecessary. Yeah, okay. I wanted to do a double shot, so I will split my dice. I want to do a left-handed shot and a right-handed shot, but I want him to come down kind of piston style, much like the axe handle attack that all like hand-to-hand Star Trek combat uses. Just one of these, but it's gonna be but Darby's going like, I guess it's more like a Donkey Kong.
A donkey.
Just he's donkey punching this bear. So I will roll however
It's a different thing, I think.
however much I need to roll here. So I think it's each dice pool, my 2-hit dice are split as well as my damage dice.
Not your damage dice. Your damage is unaffected, but your 2-hit pool is split up. So it's your...
All right, I'm gonna go 5 and 3. It's like he's got a setup with the left hand that I'm gonna roll for 3 dice. So I'm gonna do that right now. So 3 with the left hand, trying to set him up with the left hand, and then clobber him down with the haymaker of the right hand. Go ahead. All right. So 3d10. Left hand is 1 success, and then 5d10. Righty. Tommy O'Leary.
This bear sees what you're doing and is attempting to dodge and is using his whole move to do so.
Yeah, 2 successes on the second one. So 1 success and 2 successes.
His dodge is Dex plus Athletics. So for this bear, that is just 2. Okay.
Does he have to split his dice in defense?
The way it works, if you are spending your whole turn defending, you use your whole dice pool for the first turn and then 1 less for each subsequent attack you're defending against.
Got it.
So how many successes did you get for the first one and then the second one?
I wish I had known it worked like that because I would have done it the other way around. But either way, I did 1 success for the first attack and 2 successes on the second, unfortunately.
The bear manages to dodge the first one, but not the second one. You get, in total, 1 success for your second punch. It connects with the bear. And roll for damage for that second punch.
All right, 4 successes. That's a lot. What are the wound penalties? Like, how do they even work?
The way wound penalties work is at some point when your health gets low enough, you reach a health level where all of your dice pools are reduced by 1, or reduced by 2, or at the very bottom reduced by 5, right before you reach incapacitation.
And did your pre-calculated dice rolls take those penalties into account?
The way I'm doing it is when all of these pre-rolled creatures are at wound penalties, the pre-rolled successes just have the wound penalties taken off of those successes. So right now I'll reveal that the bear is at a -1 wound penalty. So if he's doing something and he's at like a pre-rolled, like the next attack is going to have 1 success, the wound penalty, I'll just say that cancels out and his next attack won't have any successes.
Got it.
That's how.
Thank you.
That's how we're.
Thank you for explaining the mechanic. I got 4 successes on my damage roll.
4 successes. His first soak roll says he soaks 2 of those. So he takes
2 more levels of damage.
2 more levels of damage. He's getting fucked up.
Arrgh!
Back inside the cabin, and the antics of...
Just gonna smash this bear to death while you guys are fucking with this tiny bear cub.
You can almost hear the Benny Hill theme.
Yakety sax.
Has Augustine and Excavo and Archibald given up on trying to catch this slippery bear cub?
I never wanted to catch the cub. I wanted to let it out of the the place that we're in.
I'm gonna make one last attempt to try and Excavo, you recommended. I'm taking another shot at offering the tomato. Come on, man, the tomato's got to be better than everything else you've endured so far.
I still haven't tried to grab it either.
You want to try the tomato? I could give you the tomato and you could try it.
Feather McKenna says to Augustine, "What is up with you and the tomatoes, dude?"
I say I would rather
Did you feel like a good comedy shows? Why do you have so many tomatoes?
There is and she turns to Excavo. Do you know what there is a thing with him and tomatoes?
I don't know anybody here.
He's
It's
he's
one
not
tomato.
With you guys showed up together.
They are. I just don't
we go.
know them. You know,
We go way back 2 days.
there's a je ne sais quoi.
Tomatoes is not plural. It is a tomato. Hold the tomato out to the bear.
You don't see the bear cub. The bear cub is not visible. You don't.
Where is the bear cub?
Where is the bear cub?
Starts quizzically looking around.
You hear a scurrying sound in a not aforementioned fireplace that's in the cabin, and little bits of dirt and debris are falling down into the fireplace from.
Is there a broom or a stick nearby that I can see in plain sight?
You do
There's
see
probably
a broom
tools to
propped
see
up.
it.
Yeah.
I grabbed the broom and dashed to the fireplace and just ran the stick up the fireplace chimney.
Jesus,
Andy,
why not your knife?
It is
why
not
don't you just
effective.
use the flu thing to blow at it?
Back outside.
We don't get to. What suspense? What a cliffhanger!
Darby is back up at full initiative. Whatever will he do next?
Well,
he's almost sated his full bloodlust.
I'm looking at my character sheet here, and I did spend a point in. No, I'm going to punch the bear. I'm definitely just going to punch the bear one more time, and all of my my fury and anger. I've had just such a bad day, and I am taking it out in one shot. So
the bear takes a couple steps back and kind of drops down on all fours and looks at you. It looks into your eyes, and you can tell it's sort of an ultimatum. And it takes a deep breath. And it just growls at you. And it charges you, and you can tell that it really wants to bite you right in the face.
Okay.
It desperately wants to do that, which puts its face right in punching range.
Yeah. So I think to avoid being bit in the face, I am throwing the haymaker of all haymakers at this bear's face. I am going to burn 1 point of blood for potence to just wallop the ever-living shit out of this bear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Say goodbye to this bear. Yikes.
How many successes did you get?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes on the to hit. Yeah. So that'll be 7 extra dice to the damage roll.
So damage is going to be your strength, which is 5, plus those extra 7.
Yeah. It's not a casual amount of dice. Oh no. A lot of botches there. Only 3 successes.
The bear soaks 2 of those. This bear just got clocked super hard.
Yeah.
It is dazed. It stumbles forward, and it still tries to bite you right in the face.
I can't believe 12 d10s wasn't enough to kill that fucking bear. you piece of shit bear. I am gonna punch you so hard.
Bear rolls really well despite wound penalties, manages to get a single success, bites you in the face.
All right.
Rolls really poorly on the damage roll, gets a single success. You take 1 level of lethal damage, and a bear is now attached to your face. Now, roll to soak that level of lethal damage.
Do I get a chance to take a defensive action, or because I attacked?
This was all in the same turn. You were both.
Got it. I understand. All right. So I soak with stamina plus fortitude again. I think I get 5 dice for that.
Oh, actually, never mind. I forgot to apply wound penalties. I am pretty sure the wound penalties do apply to the damage that he can do with his bite. So I don't think I believe the way this works out, he does succeed in biting you, but you've just beaten him up so much. He does not have the strength to do anything, but just kind of.
You mentioned that I broke his jaw earlier. Like I think the first hit was so devastating right on his jaw.
The bear does get its mouth around you, and you can tell its intention is to crush your face, but
yeah,
all it's succeeding in doing is slobbering and bleeding on you. You can tell it has chipped and broken teeth. It's not doing too good, and it's trying real hard to kill you, Darby, but it's just not. You punched it real good.
It's below me on the food chain, so it's gonna get got.
Back to the cabin.
Please cue actual yakety.
Still smacking the inside of the chimney with the fucking.
Yeah, last time you left us, Andy was poking at it. What happened to that?
Is the bear moving? Is the bear stuck?
Augustine, it's hard for you to tell what effect your chimney sweep act is having if you're not looking up into the chimney. You can hear scurrying in the chimney, but
while I'm smacking the broomstick around and just generally manically trying to, come into contact with something, I kind of lean into the fire mantle and look up to see and directionalize my broomstick smackery.
To do what?
To directionalize my broomstick smackery.
To directionalize it. It is successfully going up.
Do I see anything above it? What am I seeing in the chimney?
The outline of a bear scurrying up, and you see the night sky, and it poops on your head. Back outside with Darby and the bear.
I got a feeling this is the one.
The bear is weary on its feet.
So I know this bear still wants to kill me, but at what point does my humanity kick in and just feel bad for beating up on this obviously wounded animal versus the frenzied rage that I have to murder anything in front of me?
Your humanity can feel bad whenever you would like it to.
When would my frenzy run out? I'm not going to spend any more willpower to end it. So frenzy is just going to play out as long as it's playing out. So I'm just trying to figure out if anything else could impact that.
This bear is still attacking you, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop attacking you. And that, I would imagine, is still pissing you off.
Yeah. He's also slobbering on me after they that fucking hippie put that oil in my mouth earlier. And boy, it is really reminding him viscerally of that. And so, I think, unfortunately, he's got 8d10 of attack dice coming his way, and in the form of a haymaker of a punch to the face.
3 successes.
All right. This bear does not appear to be dodging. Appears to just be wobbling menacingly at you. Roll for damage. Going to be adding 2 to your strength.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
You have successfully punched a bear to death.
Well, it honestly feels hollow at this point. And I think that's kind of what you see on Darby. Like he's just like angrily just still wailing at the dead bear for a while and then just kind of like frustrated that there's nothing else to murder. And then probably like looking around, where's that little bear cub at?
Yeah. Darby's frenzy subsides.
Okay.
And he comes to his senses.
I think he feels terrible about murdering the bear now.
He does feel terrible, but given that his humanity was and is at 6, I'm going to say this does not require a degeneration check. Ziggy and Karma have been watching from the windows, and they walk out of the cabin just kind of in awe of what they've just seen, because they've never seen anyone fist fight a bear. Obviously. Because no one present is Russian.
Right.
Ziggy calls out, Dawn, Harmony, Serenity, Willow, come out here. There's something that you need to see. And you hear the doors of the other cabins in the camp open up, and 4 other weary and sick-looking hippie women lean out of each of their cabins curiously. And one of them,
and at the sound of the hippie names, like a twitch in one of Darby's eyes, just to hear all those frou names. Just
one of the women replies to Ziggy, "Yeah, we've been watching. What's been going on? Did some dingus leave the gate open and let in a bear?"
Stares accusingly at Archibald.
See, they should have bear repellent because they are expecting this sort of thing.
Why was I in charge of the gate?
I had poop on my
You're in charge of everything, so it all falls on you.
Darby was driving. Okay,
Darby
fine.
was driving.
You
We're
are
very sorry.
And Ziggy
Can I
points to Darby, who he remembers as being the driver. And he says to the hippie woman who just addressed him, "Why, yes, as if orchestrated by the fates themselves, that very same dingus saved us from that very same bear. It's almost like someone was watching over us from the great beyond and wished to show us in our time of need that this visitor wasn't just a new friend, but our new protector."
I think you have got me confused with somebody else, actually. No, I was just mad, and I saw this bear, and I wanted to punch him, so I punched him, and now I'm cool. The bear's dead, so I think we could probably leave it at that. We weren't even able to finish your ritual, and now we're out of time, so I think we gotta go. Hey,
Karma runs out of the cabin and is like, no, you saved us. Oh my God, you saved us. Thank you so much, Dumpy. Thank you for saving us from the bear.
It's Darby.
Sorry, Barbie.
We will definitely make sure to close the gate on the way out. By the way, didn't we?
Can that be now, sir?
From, town. Why is this enclosed area that's gated forest? Did a bear come from town to in here?
Oh, there's a big forest all around us. It's like
okay.
It's 100 square miles. It's lots of. We get wild. We got bobcats. We got bears and stuff. That's why we need the big.
And
fence
you have no
around.
other protections in place in case one door is left open?
I mean, I don't know what else. I don't know.
Bear repellent exists.
Mumbling under my breath, I wipe some of the bear poop from my face before pocketing a small sample of it, and I glance back up the chimney. Is the bear cub gone?
Fertilizer.
The bear cub drops from the chimney, into your arms.
I repressed the urge to slam it against a wall out of frustration. And just
You need to see the picture of that thing again? Jesus.
We might be vampires, but we're not monsters. What's all of this, like, bear slaughter in this episode?
I hold it in bewilderment
and like
I was frenzying.
kind of duck out of the fireplace and like, hey guys, look what I got.
The bear cub looks into your eyes lovingly. Feather McKenna walks out behind Augustine. She's been listening to what Ziggy and Karma have been saying, and she says, yeah, man, Darby's like saved us from the bear, and like there must be some sort of like confluence of energies and stars or something tonight, dude, because like when Augustine was out back with me trying to score some dope, he talked to me in this trippy moon language, and he got like real handsy with the plants, and I couldn't tell if he was like flirting more with me or the tomatoes, but
It was the tomatoes.
Well, I think he wants to like take charge of the plants and help us grow better. So I think like all of these visitors are gonna be like a big deal in this camp. And when the 4 other hippies that you haven't been introduced to yet hear this, they noticeably perk up, and one of them asks Augustine, hey, so do you know how to grow plants good?
I take the tomato, for which I am super overzealous, and like gently offer it to the bear cub I'm holding to see if it will eat the tomato
at all.
Darby's just like mumbling under his breath, like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
No, it might.
The
Black
bear
bears
cub
are very opportunistic eaters.
The bear cub starts nibbling at the tomato a little bit until it's like made a little hole in the tomato, and then it grabs the tomato with its little tiny claws, and then it starts kind of nursing at the tomato, like trying to suck out its insides, like the whole tomato is a little bottle that you're feeding it from.
Not how bears eat.
It's a very strange image.
I just look back at the
person asking the question and go, yes.
Another one of the hippies that's come out of a cabin, who looks very pale and sick, says, hey man, you're not gonna fuck the plants, are you?
Not when you're looking.
That's a fair question.
Another one of the hippies says, hey buddy, if it's your thing, you can fuck some of the plants. Just keep those plants separate. I don't want to eat an ass carrot.
Darby goes and finds Jade and tells her that all Tremere fuck plants. Like that's like a common trope about Tremere.
Feather McKenna says, no, it's okay. He's mostly into tomatoes. I think the carrots are going to be okay. Ziggy says, Hey, everybody. Regardless of what produce gets fucked or who gets fucked by produce, what seems clear is that Camp Moonlight is blessed to have these 4 visitors here, or 5, these 5 visitors here to save us from immediate and future misfortunes. I can only hope that we can repay your kindness.
It is 6 because we now have the baby bear as well. He is one of us.
Oh, well, I suppose you can claim the baby bear. And Karma says, what are you going to do with the big bear?
Well,
Plugs the baby bear's ears.
So it cannot hear what is being discussed.
You guys want it?
Ziggy says, yeah, I suppose we can make use of the body. We could feed the whole camp for weeks.
You could like sell cool like hippie jewelry made out of its bones and stuff. People love that stuff.
I'm sure people would appreciate the protein from bear steaks.
Yeah, bear steaks are good. Okay, yeah, that's all you guys. So we're just gonna
myself. I'm afraid I don't eat meat for medical reasons. I'm afraid meat gives me terrible gas. I eat just a little bit of it, and It sounds like my butthole is Louis Armstrong playing the theme from Green Hornet.
Well, yikes.
I'm certain I didn't need to share that, but
Trivia.
point being, more for everybody else.
Well, anyway, I guess we're going to get going. Have fun with the bear. And we'll see you around.
Carmen says, it's been so nice.
Slowly back up.
It's been so nice spending time with all of you. We're going to have I think we should have a camp meditation about our new saviors in the communal cabin.
I mean, we're leaving on such a good note.
Yeah, you're right. Let's do that. Let's all close our eyes and start meditating.
Yeah, no, just us. Yeah, no, we're going to talk about you guys and how great you've been. So we're going to go.
Great you are. So we're just going to...
Yeah,
I'm still walking backwards. I'm outside.
We're going to do our own meditation back at home. So bye.
Yes. Once we leave.
And Karma starts leading the rest of the hippies into the communal cabin. And Feather hangs back. And she's the only one left out hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, Feather, you're coming with us, right?
She's like, yeah, I can hang out with you guys. This is pretty intense. Darby punched a bear to death.
Oh, yeah, he does that.
Yeah, so you want to be my ghoul? Sup? And he's clearly
it's
making
Darby
a play.
Or, like Augustin made quite an impression, I imagine. The tomato stuff.
Yeah, well, he can farm you some tomatoes. I can punch you some bears. So why don't you think about that?
You're trying to get a ghoul, not like a wife.
Is it cool if we talk about like finding Barry? You know, the Brujah?
That is exactly what I want to talk to you about.
Sounds good to me. Let's find him. When's the last time y'all saw him?
Well, the last time I saw him was when I talked to him was when he was looking for my master River, and he said he was going to stop by here after he checked for River at River's place in Shedtown, and then he I don't think he ever came by here. Like I told you guys about this before, and
right,
I don't know what happened. I don't know if he came by here. I don't know if he came by here like really, really late and I was asleep or what, because I know you guys tend to stay up even later than us. Excavo, roll perception plus awareness, difficulty 4.
Ooh.
2, 3.
That's a lot of successes.
So, yes.
Wait, who's Barry? I thought her person was River.
No. River's the second in command.
Yeah, the person who ghouled Feather McKenna is a gangrel named River Erickson. River Erickson went missing and is suspected to have gone feral and is suspected to have been draining humans and been breaking the masquerade. Barry is the Brujah.
And he went to look for her, and they're both missing.
And Barry is also gone missing. Excavo, you hear a sound in the distance reminiscent of glass slowly cracking.
This is what Excavo would do.
Like someone is pressing against a window or squeezing on a wine glass.
Where are we? Are we inside the cabin?
I think, no, everyone's stepped outside and you're kind of in the communal circle near a...
What direction?
You
From
actually can't tell which direction it's coming from. You just hear the sound.
Everyone, shh.
Feather continues. Yeah, so I'm worried about Barry. I feel weird because like I had a weird feeling
I start
like
wandering
late
around,
that
trying
night.
to find the source of the sound.
Late that night, I dreamt that I heard weird sounds in the forest, like gunshots, and like the sound of someone yelling, and I thought I heard someone running through the camp later that night, but this was like, I was hearing this in a dream, I thought. So I don't know if these are like real things that were happening late that night while I was sleeping, or if they were things that I just dreamt, but it really freaked me out. Excavo, the sound is a bit louder now, or it's closer. It's hard for you to tell. The sound is so vivid that you can almost feel the sharpness of the glass, and you can almost see the cracks spreading across the glass like spider webs. You're specifically reminded of the sound of broken glass in your sire's psychomantium the last time that you saw her.
Darby is comforting. Was it Feather that was talking to us?
Yes.
Yeah. So Darby, like, that's a bummer story, and Darby's just trying to be nice, and is there anything that they were taking care of that we can keep the lights on for you while we're looking?
I don't get. What do you mean, dude? The lights? I mean, all the lights are pretty good.
It's an expression.
Oh, I don't know that expression, dude. I was homeschooled. People gotta catch me up on some stuff.
That explains a lot. Yeah, that explains a lot. So let me ask you this: is there anything that these people who are keeping you Gould we're doing around here that needs doing?
You're totally losing me, dude. Excavo, now it feels like you're wearing noise-canceling headphones and someone's playing this noise directly into your head.
Do I see a reflection anywhere?
You see reflections in the glass on the cabin windows.
I go to the cabin windows.
They are reflective. They don't seem to be breaking or anything like that.
Is there a mirror somewhere?
You don't see a mirror. Not anywhere near vicinity. Feather says to Darby, I keep trying to call Barry and like his phone, it keeps going straight to voicemail. I'm afraid that like, I don't know, something happened to him and he's somewhere like hurt or something.
Can we track his phone? Y'all know how to do that?
Maybe.
I'm looking at Excavo, and then maybe I'm looking at.
Someone say track a phone.
Excavo, you are starting to get this swelling feeling, like this cracking glass sound is there's this swelling pressure feeling, like the glass is about to shatter.
I don't know where the sound is coming from. I don't know where to go. I don't know.
You hear a snap, and the sound goes silent. The campfire has gone out. The electrical lights in the whole camp have gone out. The distant lights of the city have gone out. You are alone in the dark woods, lit only by the stars in the night sky and a faint, shimmering light that you see about 60 feet ahead of you in the forest. It looks like a softly rippling 4-foot wide, silvery, circular surface floating in the air, just a few inches off of the air, or off of the ground. You realize that you're looking at this distant object through a circular archway formed by 2 trees directly in front of you. No one else is in this scene.
I run towards it.
You cross through this archway?
Yes.
The moment you pass through the archway, you hear the sound of something overhead some sort of creature growling. There seems to be a large creature jumping from one tree to another overhead and growling menacingly. The trees bend and creak under its weight, suggesting that it's much larger and heavier than you are. It's too dark to make out details, but you can see its large shape blot out the stars as it appears to observe you from above. As you pass through the archway, you feel gravity abruptly shift, and you're suddenly falling toward the object, the shimmering portal ahead of you. Your feet come off of the ground, and you're tumbling through the air just barely off of the ground, unable to reach anything to grab and slow yourself down as you're falling directly toward the object. You hit it with a splash. You then fall to the ground exactly where you were standing earlier. The campfire is burning. The scene is just as you left it. Your companions are there, and they see you abruptly fall down.
Excavo, what happened?
No.
You gotta lay off the sauce.
Did nobody see that? Am I the only one who saw that?
See what?
The phantasm.
I'm whispering to Jade about Malkavian bullshit over here.
What is happening?
Phantasm, like the Disney film.
Oh.
This type of ranting and raving is typical Malkavian stuff. You can't. This happens every, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes with them. You basically just got to discount it out of hand.
It's not just a thing. Everything went out. There was a creature in the trees that was heaving through the branches, and there was some sort of opening, and I fell through. I was in it. Nothing.
Darby openly skeptical, and she's like, "Oh, sure, yeah, there's a thing, all right. Was it dancing? Was it a dancing thing? Did it do some backflips?"
I don't know you that well, but I know when you're joking with me.
All right, just trying to help.
So, just settle down and describe what you saw now.
All the fire went out. Who started the fire back up? And there's all the lights went out, and all through the city it was dark. It was just the stars, just les étoiles, and I went through. There was a forêt, and I went into the forêt, and I just walked, and there was a thing in the trees, and it was whoosh, 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 whoosh. I don't know the word, but there was a door, la porte, and I fell, and I landed in some water. There was splash. It was psh. And now I'm here again, and it doesn't look like any of that actually happened.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I look at Feather and the other hippies, and I just say, do any of you folks know anything about hallucinations?
Feather says, "That doesn't sound like a hallucination, man. Because it doesn't sound like she's tripping, like she didn't take anything. It sounds like she had a vision, man. Like an oracular vision. I think she saw like a vision of the future or the past or like
the days of future.
The cracking. Nobody else heard the cracking.
The what?
It sounded like glass cracking.
That might be like
very hard break.
No, we didn't hear
that
one.
Started it.
Has this never happened to you or something?
The sound of the cracking, it does sound very familiar to me, and I'm trying to figure out what exactly that is.
Maybe it's your third eye opening, man.
Third mind.
But I don't feel like I really gained anything from it. It felt very much just like the past. It felt like I'd been there, but it was in the past.
I think we have a lot of thinking to do and a lot of searching to do.
Excavo can roll intelligence plus occult if she would like to get assistance interpreting an oracular vision.
Ooh.
That's pretty good.
No, but we're just like, we're all just...
Wow.
Three successes? When Excavo passed through the archway and gravity shifted and she fell through the air and hit the portal that was a surface of water, that sure seemed like falling down a vertical channel that had water at the bottom of it. And with the scary creature jumping from tree to tree, it sure seemed like...
All nimbly bimbly.
It sure seemed like this was a sanctuary to get away from that creature. Almost as if she was reliving the experience of someone who was fleeing some scary creature and who jumped into a vertical shaft that had water at the bottom of it, like a well. One that might be nearby. Augustine's eidetic memory would probably come into play. Augustine passed by a well earlier this same night.
Where is this well? I want to see it.
But Feather says, yeah, we got a well. Of course we got a well. I mean, I don't drink from it because well water is bullshit, but... And Feather holds up her hemp bottled water holster. I make these things. No one. Never mind. I don't. Well water's bullshit. But yeah, we got a well.
Yes, I'd like to see. I feel like it has something to do with what I just saw.
Okay, I mean we can go to the well. Sure, I'll lead you there.
Do well then.
And Feather starts leading you over to a well. She goes over to the well. The Camp Moonlight has a well. It's made of stone. It has a metal roof over it. It's a fairly large well. The interior diameter of it is about 3 feet. The metal roof is resting on 2 heavy wooden posts. Between the posts is a hand-wound spool for coiling up the rope for the well's metal bucket. The bucket is currently sitting empty on the edge of the well. Other than the roof, the well has no cover, and you can look down into the well.
Do I hear something in the well?
You just hear the wind kind of whistling over it.
I look in the well.
Pretty dark in there. You can see maybe 10 feet down into the well, and you do not see the surface of the water within that 10 feet.
What if I use my phone flashlight?
Also, I'll mention that, Augustine, you've been specifically sniffing around. You notice a familiar smell around the well.
Oh.
What does it remind me of?
A fungus among us?
Yes, it is the same smell that you identified in the puke. When you use your phone's flashlight, you can see around 20 or 30 feet down the well, but you can't make out any more details past that. All you can see is the illuminated interior of the well and a darkness that lies about 30 feet further down. So all you can really tell is that the surface of the water must be further down than 30 feet.
Hey, Darby, you seem exhausted.
yell
You want
into
to
the
cool
well.
off? I'll lower you into this well.
No, I yell first. I want to make noise to see if there's something down there that might respond.
You succeed in making noise. Nothing responds back. Nothing responds back but your own echo.
You want to lower me down the well? That's a hard pass there, boss.
I mean, you did punch a bear.
Why don't you grow a vine, Rapunzel?
There's a bucket with a rope.
So,
I could just lower you in via the rope that is right there, my man.
Why is this on me? We got like meat puppets over here that we could put on a string and lower them down here, and you're talking
what we're going to experience this evening.
Well,
And
Darby, to be fair, Darby did just kill a bear all by himself. Maybe he deserves a break.
Thank you,
sounds
boss.
like Archibald is
Finally.
volunteering.
You said my name right.
My sincerest apologies, Archibald.
Oh, never mind. Now I don't want to go. Fine,
Uh,
I'll go. And I start once again slowly taking my jacket off and folding it to set it aside.
oh, the jacket.
It's
You're
"Are
doing like
you
a full
sure Excavo
Mr.
shouldn't
Rogers
go since
monologue
she's the
every
one
time.
who had like the vision and everything? Maybe it only works for her.
Without fully listening to Archibald, I'm gonna like quietly untether the rope from the bucket and
I mean,
start
I'll try
sending a
since
loop around Archibald.
I'll try since I'm like a born and bred daredevil who lives for the thrills, but it might only work for Excavo since she had the vision and everything.
I mean, you could hold Excavo on the way down. You could be a harness. You and Excavo could go down together. But
No.
I've already tied
Based on the way
rope
that-
to you.
Based on the way that she's been acting this entire 3 days, I don't think she would go for that one bit.
I brought us over here. I need to do this.
You're going? Well, power to you.
All right, I unfasten the rope from Archibald and I start tying it around. Excavo.
Everybody's had a hand on this ball.
DM stacking some papers. That's never good.
What's the other side of the rope attached to? It's still attached to like the spool.
I once again start putting my jacket back on and be like,
All right, so it's all tied up and shit. I'm only holding the spool, the part of the rope that's attached to the spool with one arm, because in the other arm I'm still holding this bear cub. Are you ready?
Down there for a second.
Darby, could you at least lower Excavo down? Like, I did the rope tying, and you're not
Yeah,
good.
all right, okay, sure.
Pass
Whatever.
the rope off to Darby.
Well, I cinch it around myself and slowly lower Excavo into this infested well.
This will require a roll to do smoothly without just dropping her.
Okay.
It's going to be pretty easy for Darby. It is going to be a strength plus athletics roll.
All right. That is 9.
Every success is going to smoothly lower her 10 feet.
5 successes there.
All right.
50 feet.
When Excavo gets to exactly 50 feet, she gets to the surface of the water, and she finds floating face down a body.
Ooh.
There's someone down here.
there's someone down there.
Yes, they look obviously they look dead. They're face down in the water.
Oh. Do you want to... Darby, I'll help you pull them up. Do you want to grab onto them real quick?
Check their pockets. I holler down the
Go
wall.
just grab them and pull them on up.
Yeah, all right. All right, if you grab them, I'll pull you both.
I help grab the rope since you got double the weight now.
Are you doing it?
Yeah, are you grabbing them?
Does everything feel, I don't know, normal down there?
Getting any visions or whatever?
Just give me out if I don't know.
All right. We start hoisting it.
So is Excavo grabbing onto the body?
This is probably why everybody's getting sick.
It might help to think of it as being less gross if you remember that, like, technically we're dead also.
But not like this. I'm not rotting.
Like dead. Yeah, I just thought
Dead.
How is Excavo specifically grabbing the body?
I have wrapped my arms around the torso. Like so.
Okay.
Mind you, the loop I've secured on Excavo, it's specifically around her waist, so her ability to control her balance is not great.
He's in a
She is
program.
like hanging from a focal point at her waist, grabbing the torso, which is making her more top heavy, and likely that her feet will kick up.
Okay.
Oh, I'm upside down.
This is the second time that knot tying skills have come up as like a possible.
This thing.
I have survival 3, sir.
Okay, so let's say another strength plus athletics roll for Darby.
Oh, do I have to roll strength to hold this person?
Let's say strength plus athletics roll for both of you.
This is not my strong suit, so
Darby, fuck.
Fear not, citizen.
Just
You
well,
both fucking kill it.
suit.
Just one success for Excavo is all that's necessary, I'm gonna say.
But I got 2.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes? Question mark.
Cool. So you get Excavo and the body up out of the well.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh, god. Oh, is there a shower? Is there a shower? Wait, no, it's all the same water. Oh,
Yeah. Might want to
no.
shower at home.
Darby is like strutting over by Feather, just like flexing that he just was able to hoist those people out of the well, just letting her know that he's a baller.
Feather, I hate to ask you this, but does this body look familiar to you?
I'm googling how to get
The body falls down on the ground. She looks at it and she says, I can't say for certain, but that is Barry's hat.
Oh.
Here's the thing. The face and the chest of the body are covered in a thick layer of wet, pale green mold with dark green splotches. When you look more closely at his face, you notice the detail that at the edges of this mold, it appears as if the skin has been eaten away underneath, as if the mold is dissolving his flesh.
Without touching it, like the corpse she pulled up is on the ground, right?
Yep, just on his back.
A cursory glance at Excavo, she doesn't seem to have any of the mold on her, does she?
Nope. Came out
Okay,
clean.
then holding the bear cub very gingerly and generally keeping my distance, I get real intimate with the corpse and just like get a good squint at the mold. Am I able? Is it like anything I've seen? Like, do I recognize anything about it?
Well, on one level, it's mold. I mean, you've seen mold.
But you said it's like glowing.
No. It's not glowing. I'm not sure what I said that sounded like glowing. But it's not glowing.
Okay. Sorry, sir. I just crossed wires in my brain. Must have, in my imagination land, thought glowing.
But if this is in fact Barry, a vampire, then something very strange is going on here. Because you know that vampiric flesh is supernaturally preserved and is not subject to decay and infection. This fungus is growing on his flesh in a way that should not be possible. It's kind of like a virgin being pregnant. This is not normal if this is in fact Barry. And since the fungus is covering his face, it's making identification difficult. Let me. Oh, go ahead.
If I straight up poke the fungus, does anything happen?
It makes a squishing sound.
Okay, is it soft enough that I'm able to tear a sample and pocket some of it?
Yes, it is. Let me finish.
I do just that.
Let me finish the description of what you see. This guy is wearing a hat, and he's wearing a jacket that comes down to kind of the bottom of his pockets, and he's wearing jeans. The left arm of his jacket is torn to reveal that his left arm is missing at the elbow. It looks like his forearm has been violently torn or bitten off.
Yikes.
So he's not doing great.
Did your vision say anything about what did this thing? What fucked him up so bad? The mystic spirits not tell you that part?
No, I didn't know anyone was actually down here. I just had a feeling.
Augustine, I wanted to address this also. You can tell by eyeballing the stuff all over this body that it is not a plant. It is a fungus, specifically a type of mold. And since the green path focuses on plants, which is an entirely different kingdom of life from fungi, the difficulties on rolls involving fungi will be increased by 2, but you can use your green path powers on this stuff that is on him.
Okay. At a -2 to rolls for green path abilities. Yeah, I definitely grab a good old heap and sample and stuff it in one of my non-shrub, non-weed, non-tomato, and non-poop pockets. Now I've got a fungus pocket.
Without any specific, detailed investigation of it, just eyeballing it, there seems to be definitely something weird about it. Your gut instinct is, this is not a normal kind of mold. I mean, obviously it's something growing on what you suspect to be a vampire, but beyond that, just looking at it and its characteristics, it does not seem to be a normal kind of fungus.
Okay, so regarding putting a sample in my pocket, do I feel like does that sensation give me any inclination that it would be of any danger to me by grabbing a sample?
Don't you have bags or something?
You don't know.
Take a lot of samples, seemingly.
Okay. Who is nearest to me?
Excavo is.
Probably, yeah.
So after pocketing one sample, I grab just a 3-finger little pluckful, pluck it, and I just kind of smush it on Excavo's forearm.
Hey! Oh, what the
And just like see if it responds to anything.
I don't want any more of that on me that is already on me.
It feels weird to Excavo.
Weird.
Excavo, it almost feels briefly tingly when it touches you.
Ew.
But you're so creeped out that you're not sure if that's just a psychosomatic feeling or not.
Right, I'm like literally, the minute he tries to put it on me, I'm... Rah!
Yeah, but it doesn't damage you or stick to you or anything.
Right.
As far as you know.
I just kind of like observe the little hunk holding my little bear cub, go, quizzically, drop the second sample and like cursorily apologize to Excavo and just kind of think about the evidence I've observed about the plant.
Feather says, guys, I'm starting to think that's probably Barry. I think the sound that I heard when I was asleep, I heard like a splashing sound, and this well is like right outside my cabin. I think I heard Barry jump in this well the night that he was looking for River. I don't know why he jumped in this well, but like, I think this is Barry. Like, you can't really tell because all the stuff on his face. What do you guys think happened to him? Is he dead? Is he like vampire asleep? Can you guys help him? Can you guys like wake him up or save him or something?
I look at his missing arm and I look at the bear cub, and I'm just like, based on the symptoms presented to us, prognosis is he got a mad case of bare face to the arm.
I'm not so sure about that. Darby took him out. And, if this guy was a Brujah, not to
Okay, all right. Wait a
not
minute
say
now.
anything, but
Wait
we're
just
pretty,
a minute.
we're pretty strong and stuff.
You're fine.
Is there like any reviving function outside non-character talk, is there any revive function that we have available just by being vampires?
You can just say metagaming.
Are you talking about for bringing someone out of torpor?
Yeah, like, are we able to tell if he's in torpor? Are we able to differentiate between torpor and being totally fucking dead? And if they are in torpor, are we able to pull them out?
Give me an intelligence plus lore check. Everyone has 1 dot of lore by default, so that'll be intelligence plus 1.
Can we help each other? Is there a way to work together on this?
Yeah, everyone can make the same roll, and whoever gets the most successes is how many of these points of fact I will give you.
I have 5 successes.
Oh shit! I'm going to give you all of these little tidbits of information.
That'll do it.
No one else needs to roll. You can tell that this person is in a damage-induced torpor. The states of being for vampires are pretty easy to tell. When a vampire is incapacitated, they can still sort of squirm around and talk. That's pretty obviously distinct from being in torpor. I think you can tell the difference between voluntary torpor, damage-induced torpor, and starvation-induced torpor because either someone looks perfectly fine, or they look like they've been fucked up, or they look like they've been starving. You can kind of eyeball them, and if you're reasonably intelligent, you can tell why they're not moving. Damage-induced torpor normally ends on its own by the torpid vampire simply resting for a period of time and then rising on their own. You can try to force a torpid vampire to rise by feeding it the blood of a lower generation vampire. This is a commonly adopted house rule. It's also rumored that the Tremere can bring a wounded vampire out of torpor. They have some sort of spooky method to do that. Also, it's reasonable to assume that if the mold is indeed causing him damage, which it seems that way if it's eating away at his face flesh, he may never be able to rise from torpor while the mold remains on his body.
Glancing at him, how much of his body appears to be covered in this mold?
Face and chest.
And how difficult was it for me to extract those samples? Was I able to just like moss, just like kind of pull it off of him?
You were able to get like a pinch, but there was more like deeply rooted in there. You were able to get some of it,
but not the root. The root is still clearly attached.
Yes.
What are the odds on me being able to attempt the spooky Tremere means of forcing him out of torpor?
Do you know how to do that?
No, off the top of my head, no.
Give me an intelligence plus occult check to see if you happen to know what that is.
1, 2, 3, 4,
that's
6.
20. So almost all Tremere, other than you, study to begin with the path of blood, and one of the basic powers of the path of blood lets you touch another vampire and force them to spend their own blood however you wish. And this can include spending their blood to heal their own wounds. The Tremere, and almost all other Tremere who don't dedicate themselves specifically to obscure paths of thaumaturgy, the Tremere can, in theory, take a vampire that is in torpor because of damage, and as long as there's blood in their system, can touch such a vampire and force that vampire to heal all of their wounds, and theoretically, that vampire could wake up immediately, or maybe with some other kind of encouragement, could wake up right away because they don't have any damage anymore.
Do I have to have the ability learned to be able to attempt that?
That's a power of the path of blood.
Yup.
Okay, so I would not be able to actually do that. I just know.
No, but almost.
But we might know some other Tremere.
Most other Tremere do have that ability because it's a standard thing. That,
okay.
It's part of basic training.
That sadly cannot be not applicable in the situation.
But eyeballing the guy, it looks like you don't see any obvious injuries on him other than the arm.
Yeah.
And
I was about to say.
the arm thing.
The whole arm?
That old chestnut.
His face and his chest getting eaten away by this mold.
But we don't have any Tremere in our midst aside from me. I don't know it. He's a Brujah.
We've seen some Tremere.
In the camp?
No.
In the city.
Okay. Yeah. Hey guys, compatriots, comrades. Not one to make light of, our immortality, but
methinks this dude.
You're wanting to talk about it with like literally everyone on the street, but yeah, please go on.
Stares incredulously at Darby.
It literally happened like an hour ago, but yeah, please continue.
It did.
I think this guy's alive. We should probably get him some help. Anyone mind helping me lug this dude back to at least the cabin or car? I think there might be better facilities like keep him from actual death back to the mansion.
Yeah, I'd take hold of him too. I'm glad you think of us as comrades.
And countrymen.
Okay, yeah, let's lug him to the car, and let's get out of here and try to get to the chantry and see if we can save this dude.
Feather says, "Do you guys need my help? I think I should hang back here and try to figure out how to pack a bunch of bear meat into a freezer, maybe."
McKenna?
I think that's a good idea for now, Feather.
Yes, you do that.
We're going to be occupied with this.
Try and clean the water in the well.
We're going to be occupied with this situation. Make sure nobody else is drinking the body water.
Are you a face that he would be familiar with?
Why everyone's getting sick is because of the well water.
Yeah, Barry knows me. I mean, we're not like best friends, but we know each other.
Okay, so to the
We'll
group,
definitely call you if his condition improves.
Yeah, you call me. I could just come over.
Yeah, fair enough.
Shall we, everyone?
Indeed.
Let's do it.
I take my one limb from
Barry and my bear cub, and we shepherd on.
Jade says to McKenna, "Hey, save me some of that bear meat." Okay.
Jade,
You're not going to want that
I got
anymore,
some
Jade.
unfortunate news for you, my sweet child. We don't eat, food tastes actually pretty gross. So that part of your life is over. They didn't tell you that?
She goes, "Oh yeah, shit. Sorry. I've been dead.
You don't have to apologize. I'm sorry.
I've been dead for 1 day.
Right.
Could I still roll it around in my mouth and do? That'd be weird, right? You guys don't.
It's not going to be toothsome.
We do it with liquids more than we do it with solids.
I think.
But yeah, you can mix it with blood and then you could eat and drink it. But if it's not blood, it ain't good for you.
Hey, by the way, boss, good job with that bear.
Hey, thanks. That was for you. I was trying to impress you on your first night out.
Should I have gone out there and backed you up or something? Or
No.
Did it look like I needed your help?
That was not a very well thought out plan, I'll say that.
What? Look
there
well
wasn't
thought
really
enough to me.
It wasn't really a
How's your
plan.
plan going in there with that tiny little critter? How'd that plan go?
I was just trying to let it out. I wasn't trying to grab it like they were.
Well, it's in the past. Let's get out of
Hey,
here.
those two grabs succeed. Holds up the bear cub as a gesture of
Yeah, we
who has
can't
the bear
bring
cub.
that with us. We have to leave it here.
The bear cub squirms around and licks Augustin in the face.
leaving it is not an option.
Feather, can we give you a very important job of taking care of this bear cub while you are slaughtering its its mom.
I
That doesn't
incredulously
seem like a great
slap
idea.
Archibald and point a Karen finger at Excavo.
Leaving this bear cub is not an option.
Put your
I-
Karen finger at
Gustin,
me.
I was being sarcastic. I want to take it because it's our sweet good friend.
Did you really slap the prince?
All right. So is the gang loading this
Yeah, we're backing up.
this body into the
Mhm.
car and heading to the Tremere Chantry to try to revive
What?
it?
Yeah.
That is the plan. Let's go.
All right. I suggest that perhaps we end the session there and begin the next session at the Chantry.
I think that sounds like a plan.
Okay, so session's ended, yeah?
Yep. This is the wrap up part.
Do you happen to know how many experience points I currently have?
Yeah.
I
can
can't
look that up.
You actually have
giving that
100.
charge to Everybody.
Well, I can't remember if I spent experience points or not. I remember abstaining for a good period, and I can't remember if I decided to splurge on something, but I now know something I want to invest some points in.
I believe I have 6 unspent points.
I'm gonna look over mine and probably spend mine next week, but I have a bunch saved up now.
So we just got 6, and I had 8 from last time, so I have 14.
Wait, do we get? I thought we only got 3 each time.
3 per session.
Oh, it's 3.
Yeah, 3 per session.
6. So I have 11.
I also have 11.
I don't really know what I want to do with them, so I'm gonna wait.
Augustin,
Yeah, I'm gonna-
you currently have 10. The only thing you spent any XP on was after session 4, you got a 3rd dot of dexterity.
Okay, I have been infatuated with this bear cub this whole session. I want to invest at least 1, maybe 2 dots worth of animal ken.
Yeah.
That would make sense. You got a cute little bud now.
What would it cost me to do 1 or 2 points of animal ken?
3 points for your first one, but there's a limit on increasing.
How many per session?
Yeah. So you can sink 3 experience points into 1 dot of animal kin if you would like.
I will absolutely sink 3 experience points into my first point of animal kin.
Okay. Priorities. Friends for life with the bear cub.
Sometimes life gives you a bear cub. You don't just squeeze a bear cub. You don't make lemonade out of a bear cub. You befriend a bear cub and you give it a fucking
If you had
cub.
gotten it outside of the cabin and it had run over during our conflict, let's just say I had planned what was going to happen.
To be honest, if not for the fact that the bear cub fell in my hands after combat,
My actual intention was to grab the bear cub by the front paws and throw it at the mama bear, which I was a little astonished that fucking Archibald had the exact same fucking idea, which
is funny. We actually turned around on that because my first reaction was wanting to take the bear with us. I think we just flip-flop.
What was Darby going to do?
Darby was definitely going to drop kick the bear.
Just punt it into the woods?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think he was going to go for back at the cabin to see what would have happened.
I just imagine you literally full on accordioning this poor bear cub, juicing the bear cub over the busted bear mama.
And what I really want you guys to I want his affect to be Adam Sandler in Punch Drunk Love, just
He's a nice guy.
I really assumed you were going to say Waterboys. Stop making fun of me!
that's kind of what the transition, he goes full water boy, but most of the time he's trying to do the right thing, and then just gets himself in these situations where he has to punch a bear. So there you go.
Archibald,
Sometimes you punch the bear. Sometimes the bear punches you.
What's up?
you have 13 experience points.
Oh, 13. I was off by a couple. Right on. I'll add those.
You-
And I'll figure out how I want to spend them next time.
Sometimes it feels really good.
This is my cute keeping track of Excavo's progress down the well
nice.
chart.
Oh my gosh. Well,
It's a well chart, yeah.
Until next time, we'll see if we can get this moldy old berry awake in the chantry.
Gross.
Love you guys.
See you
Good
guys
night.
next time.